So, what is going on, people? I have a box of shoes here, obviously, as you probably saw in the title and the thumbnail, which is likely not going to be just this box. So anyways, what's in here is something that I wanted long ago, like a good while ago. When I was first getting shoes in Korea, whatever I had ordered first, I got one of these, which is a Ultra Boost utility, right? No, excuse me, Vapormax utility. I was wondering why that sounded so wrong. Vapormax utility. I got one pair and I thought to myself, like, oh, these are pretty decent. I wouldn't mind getting another one because, the weather's kind of weird out here and this could be a good thing to have. I learned over the year that having a utility pair of shoes or two is a pretty good thing over there just because of the rain and all that crap. But the pair that I saw that I wanted, I realized that things weren't selling a whole lot, so I thought I could wait on a sale, right? But for some reason, this pair, it was in stock, fully in stock for a while. And then all of a sudden, everybody wanted it, didn't care that it was for retail, and they just bought them. And then they were gone, at least from the Nike store. And so I'm thinking like, well, what? What just happened? Why are you guys... Go buy your Jordans, man. Leave the Air Maxes to me because I'm trying to be comfortable and ready for the bad weather. But whatever, it happened, and I moved on because that's what you do, because nothing that comes in a box from any shoe store is the end of the world, right? Contrary to what some of you may think or have heard, it's not. So I just moved on. But then later on, I saw Foot Locker had them, and I said, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I'll wait on a sale from them because, hey, why not, right? I get how it played out the first time. And you might be thinking, well, dude, like if it didn't work out the first time and you're going to try the same exact thing again, isn't that kind of not the best idea? You're kind of right. It kind of isn't the best idea. But you know what? Again, not the end of the world. If I miss out on them, I miss out on them. No big deal. So yeah, I'm going to try to save some money if I can. And if I can't save any money, I end up actually saving more because I just don't buy them, right? So then I have that. So I'm going on and I'm looking on here. I'm like, all right, you know what? They're at retail price. They've got to come down because it's Foot Locker. They've got all kinds of other stuff to distract you. I should be okay. Should be okay. And eventually they were gone again. And I was like, well, what do you know? There you have it. I waited. Didn't work out. And then they came back, because you notice that, like, some things with the restocks, some things are a little more publicly made, right? Or made to the public, so everybody knows. As soon as there's like what are those things? Those Ultra Boost that Beyonce had or whatever. I don't like them, but I saw there's a restock and people were talking about that. These restocks, nobody was talking about this except me, to myself, honestly. So I went in there. Looked at them again recently. They were on sale, right? So that was good. And I was able to walk away with these for, I want to say it was $140 to $150, something like that. So when you look at a retail of, I want to say it's $180, that's not a bad price, right? I mean, it's not as low as I would have wanted it to be, but it was low enough to make it kind of worth it. So here we are. Put those down there because they are done. All right, so let's go ahead and get on into this, shall we? Okay, for a second I thought I had the wrong box. I haven't seen one of these in a while, and when you look at it just like that, it looks almost like an Ultra Boost box. I was like, did I just do this long intro for no reason? So anyways, here we are. This right here. Let's bring this a little closer to you. So this box, is this upside down? No, it's not. It just has a weird look. So this right here is an Ultra Vapormax utility box, right? What is this on the back? In case of emergency, run. That's not bad advice. Intended for outdoor use only. So I never once noticed that on the back of these boxes. Could be new, could be just that I didn't pay attention. So there's that. And these boxes kind of have that off-white sort of style where it's kind of plain and just has words all over it, which in this, I kind of like it. The normal off-whites, not a huge fan, honestly. And then there's the side of the box so you can see what we're looking at, right? So, read that out to you. Nike Air Vapormax Run Utility Wolf Gray Black Amarillo, right? So let's go ahead and get on into these, shall we? Man, this has been a long time coming, people. But I mean, as I was said in the video right before this, I wanted these before I even started making this channel. It's one of the few things I remember wanting back then. I was like, you know what? As a little birthday gift to myself, I am going to get these shoes. Speaking of birthday celebrations and stuff, go watch the cupcake video. It's pretty alright. It's pretty alright. I've been pushing that like today because, you know, it makes sense. And it was a good time. So, let's go ahead and look at these real quick. Make sure they aren't like damaged or whatever. Good. They are not. Everything is looking on the up and up as far as I can see, which makes me pretty content. So, that means that it is now review time on this right here. The Nike Air Vapormax Utility in Wolf Gray and Amarillo. Man, look at that. See how that's looking? Tell me, how can you not want that, right? Now for me, obviously, I'm a big yellow and black kind of guy. And this has yellow and black, a little bit of the gray in there, and another gray, and then a third gray. So there's a lot of, maybe one of these is Amarillo. I don't know what color Amarillo is. I don't even know if Nike knows what color Amarillo is, but it sure is on the side of that box. So, moving this thing out of the way, we only need one for this part of the review. The on-foot part is where I need the other one. So that's going to be in a bit. For right now, we're going to do the same thing that we normally do and start with the bottom. Right here across the bottom, what you're seeing is the same Vapormax outsole that you have seen on pretty much every Vapormax. The color might vary, but the design is all the same. So, nothing much to talk about though. Here you can kind of see there and there and there, right? So it does give you these extra rubbery style things, kind of gives you a little more durability. From what I've noticed, these have been holding up very well. I don't have any fears of stepping on anything and them just popping normally, right? Now, if you are gonna run around and you're in like some kind of elephant graveyard and there's like thick thorns everywhere or something, you know, and you're being chased by hyenas, because again, these are for outdoor use only, and you're running because again, in case of emergency, then yeah, maybe these might pop on you. But if you're not out there and you're just hanging around in like normal society, like here in Hampton, Virginia, then you're probably good, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Though Nike likely still does do their warranty. I believe it was 2 years from the manufacture date, which kind of sucks if you buy an older shoe. Manufacture date on these being August. No, it is October. It's August to October 12th. So I'm 2018. So I've got until like October of this year to, you know, get these replaced if they get damaged. Hopefully that doesn't happen though. Anyways, so then moving past that up to the midsole, looks the same as every other Vapormax, right? So some people say that looks like a mouth guard, and once I heard that, I can't unsee that. But it doesn't bother me, though I do feel that the Vapormax does look a little weird from certain angles when you look at it like that. I just don't like it, but the comfort is good enough for me, and the look, doesn't bother me either. So now that we've talked about the very, very standard bottom, we can talk about the upper, which is where things get a little bit different. Kind of wish I had a pair of Vapormaxes in here. I mean, I've got a million pairs that I own, but none of them are out of the boxes. Haven't unpacked yet. So let's start over here, right? So across the bottom here, this part of it starts not all the way back here, but starts just on the upper side of the toe, goes all the way back to here. It almost feels like a very flat woolish thing. It's not wool, but it's just has that sort of texture to it. Maybe you can kind of see in there exactly what I'm talking about if I hold this closer to you. So that's been across all of them. I'm not sure what the material is, honestly, but just having it there, it does kind of help you with keeping your feet from getting too wet. Because again, these aren't waterproof, but they are water resistant. So there's a bit of a difference in there, right? So with these, if it's raining, your feet will be significantly drier, though not completely dry if you're out for a while, compared to like if you happen to be at a Turnover concert and there's some drunk white chick that spills a drink on your foot. This, you'd be better off than if you had an Ultra Boost on. So, but that's another story for a day that has already happened. Moving past that, on here to this part, this feels kind of like a neoprene style. You can kind of see that in there from what I'm talking about. So again, another thing that just kind of helps with the weather, or the resistance to some of the weather, right? And these do also keep your feet pretty warm, just given the way that they're made. It's not the standard fly knit upper, as you can tell. So it's more insulated than that. And also because of the whole night thing and the utility thing and whatnot, these laces do have little 3M bits in there, which is what the white is. And I believe this gray area here and these gray areas like right around the laces, I believe that's the 3M. But just to be on the safe side and make sure you guys get the information you need, I'm going to slip a little picture in here right about now. And that way you can look at that little picture and see where the 3M is and all that stuff. And then we'll get that thing out of the way and get back to the review. So, moving past that, back here, this part feels very much the same as the rear of any other one. But it's got the nice little speckles on there and all that, and a little tag. What does that say? Nike Run Utility Model Vapormax 360 degree reflectivity, water repellency. See, that's what I was saying. Not waterproof, but it will repel some of it. And if you ever look at the Vapormax 19s, those also have a little tag kind of like that. I believe it's on the tongue though. So another thing I didn't mention, but I meant to, the laces. I really like this little lace lock thing. So you've got this hook on the tip here. You can hook that down here on one of the laces. If I wasn't, there we go. So you get that on there, tighten this up however you need to tighten it up, and then you're good. So I do like that. And then on the inside, you've got, again, some more little words in there. The shoe is kind of designed a lot like the box, actually, with a lot of little sayings on here for reasons that are unnecessary, I feel. But again, for what the shoe is, I think it's a really good one, because every now and then you have to go out in the rain and you want something that's going to hold up for you. So something like this is good. I considered the newer Vapormax utilities, I think it's like the Utility 19 or whatever it's called, but they look kind of bad. So until there's like a really good sale in a color that is not terrible, no. Alright, so that's going to be it for that. Then you got this little pull tab with Vapormax on the back. So I believe that's it as far as the upper goes. I said everything, so now we are going to go ahead and do this on foot portion. So let's get those videos in here, right? And I'm going to talk about that. So first and foremost, the sizing, because that's what people like to hear about. Now, I have said many times in the past that I feel like these do fit a little small, as in a little short, not very narrow, but just short. So I had suggested going up half a size. Now, over time, because shoes do kind of break in more, I don't feel that that's completely necessary, but these still do, in some ways, I'm still going to suggest that. For at least for these older ones. For the newer ones, they seem to feel a little better of a fit. But I'm going to say, just go with your true to size, you know, if that's what if you feel like Air Maxes fit true to size to you, just do that. Because again, it's just kind of my thing, right? They just felt a little short to me, but nobody else has really had that complaint that I've seen. Everyone else seems to say they're true to size. So if your size isn't available though, definitely I'm going to suggest going up instead of down for sure. But that's going to be it for the sizing. Now, as far as the actual comfort of the shoe, I mean, it's still a Vapormax, so it's still going to be super comfortable, right? You can't go wrong with them. Walking around doing whatever it is you're going to do for the day, you're going to be good. You just got to give them about a good week to 2 weeks of constant wear. So if you're someone like me, it takes forever to break these in because there's a huge rotation. But after you break them in, or after you've worn them for that long or so, then you'll have them broken in, and that's when you feel like the real comfort and they aren't so rigid. Because some people do feel like they're a little stiff. And yes, out of the box they can be. They're still super comfortable out of the box, but they get better. They just start a little lower than, you know, where they finish. As opposed to an Ultra Boost, which in my opinion doesn't improve a whole lot, but it does improve a little bit. So just a little difference. So I believe that's about it as far as sizing and comfort goes. I don't really have a whole lot to say because I've been over this enough times that I feel like I know what to say about them, and I feel like I've said it. So if I haven't said it and there's a question that has been left unanswered, please go ahead and ask it. If there is a question that has been answered, do not ask it. Some people say there are no stupid questions, but there actually are. So there's that for you. All right. Past that, I really don't have anything else to say. I said it in my previous video, one I did like 15 minutes ago. Thanks for everybody who's been with me for over this last year. I do appreciate it. It's been a pretty good ride, and I'm hoping this next year is just as good, maybe even better. You know what I'm saying? Just not like worse, right? Because a bar has been set, right? So it's gotta be here or anywhere up there. So that's gonna be it for me again. All right, thank you. I do seriously mean that piece. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I have a bunch of editing to do because the videos I shot earlier today, haven't touched them. So it's like a good 4 if you count this one. But they're getting staggered as far as the release, so it's fine. It's fine. Thanks again, people. Later.